your captains, Nick Hong, Blake Messenberg, and Nick Young. Norsemen gathering around their netminder, Tomasz Bolo, as they get ready for Game 2. They have been in this situation before. Elimination games happened. Game 4 in Bismarck, Game 5 back home in St. Cloud, and they've had the opportunity to not only have their backs against the wall, but come out victorious, and that's what they need to do here tonight.
Yeah, it hasn't been an easy go for them. There hasn't been any easy outs for the Norsemen, so if anything, that should have them battle-tested and well prepared to face this potential elimination game.
Well, your starting lineup, Graham McCormick, Peyton Hansen, Brandon LaJoy, Wyatt Wurst, Nick Young, and Tomasz Bolo. Face-off down, won by Anchorage, and we are underway. Brandon LaJoy dumps it in here from the neutral zone. LaJoy, the most seasoned veteran on this squad, playing in career game number 207 in the North American Hockey League tonight. One of only 2 players with any playoff experience coming into this postseason. And it's proved to be valuable. Had the game winner in Game 4 in Aberdeen. Steers the puck here. Near side corner. Anchorage will take it away. Doing chase here as the Norsemen switch lines.
Norsemen wearing their away black, which I also like tonight. New look for them.
A little backhand attempt here by the Norsemen. Max Strand hops it off the wall, and it's covered by Rathan Robbins. It's nice to bust out the road blacks.
The Grey Norse are good too, but they need a new look after not winning last night. They need a new look, a new feel. Black's pretty sharp.
I mean, I was very worried the first time we wore the gray was after an 11-game win streak at that point, or 12-game win streak, and that was the first night we wore them, and I said, you have to win because these are going to go in a closet if you guys don't win tonight.
No,
they won that night and then lost the next
night. They like that set, too. That set's been good. That set's been good for them, too.
The Whites did pretty much get retired after that, though. They loved those. Norsemen moving the puck here. Max Strand, far side. Anchorage pulls it away, and they'll flip it back. Evan Murr tracks it down for St. Cloud. A minute 20 gone by here in period number 1. Evan Murr, who I thought had a pretty solid game last night for St. Cloud. Minnesota State Mavericks commit.
He's so skilled. He can make a play at any moment. You just got to make sure he's defensively responsible too.
It's always the balance for the offensive defenseman, right?
Yep. And in these big games, you got to pick your spots.
Whistle here, 18:09 to go in period 1. Mentioned the Norsemen coaches. Mike Aikens, the man in charge on the Wolverines bench.
From Rochester, Minnesota, played hockey at Denver University.
So many Minnesota connections here as Weston skates in. It comes back to Talon Sigurdsson, who fires a shot trapped here by Bolo. Talked a bit about it last night. So each team has a hometown guy playing for the other team,
right?
Which is always kind of cool to see because you know as well as anyone, your hockey journey takes you a whole lot of places.
Right, right. Yeah, these kids travel all around the world these days, and at the young age of 17, 18 years old, and Sigurdsson's one of those guys. Put up a lot of goals this year for this team.
Icing will send this all back and do it again. Another great crowd on hand here on a Saturday afternoon, almost evening. I'll probably say tonight a million times, so we're just going to go with it.
We'll count that as fair. So I can say it too.
Good, good. Parasenko with the puck for Anchorage. Steers towards stick. Push it ahead.
He's really had a Good playoff Peyton has.
Puck steered from LaJoy to McCormick in the slot. Shot through traffic from Wyatt Wurst. Comes out left side. Hansen steers it down. This one's flipped up through the ceiling. Doesn't touch anything, so we stay live. The Norsemen know this exact ceiling pretty well. It's pretty much a replica of the home barn in that respect. Puck into the Wolverines bench. 3 minutes into the first here.
Haven't quite settled into a real flow here yet. It seems like pucks left the ice a little bit, and there's been some stoppages, and teams are going to want to get into a little more flow here as the period progresses.
Face off here at center ice, one back by Jackson Hughes, and that one's deflected up out of play as well.
There we go. Another stop.
Went right into the coach's wives section. They got to get in the action sometimes too.
That's their section, huh?
the significant others section.
Hopefully not too many wives, right?
No.
Yeah. I guess there's six guys there, so you could have 6 wives, but it's not Utah, right?
16:35 on the clock here in the first period. Battle in the far side corner. Hunter Hansen works it off the wall here. Jackson Hughes sends it up to the blue line. Leo Gruba across to Murr. Skates towards the Robertson Cup logo. Pulls back through, flips a shot towards the net, takes a hop, goes off the wall. Steered out here. Jackson Hughes with it. Back down low, looking for Peterson. The Wolverines want to clear it out. And will. Max Strand here has it poked off his stick. The Wolverines work towards the net. Friesen tries to get a shot away, and we'll have a hook.
Big save by Tomas Bolo.
Yeah, the Wolverines, the opportunity right there on the doorstep. Everything was tight right in front of Bolo, and sometimes that's much harder to work with. Any inch you move in any direction, things can happen.
Well, Norseman PK put to the test here pretty early.
And a Pantown penalty kill has been either 7 or 8 in the North American Hockey League throughout most of the season, and led the league in shorthanded goals as well. They're a defensive group that also has a lot of speed and can turn that defense or disadvantage into an advantage. We'll see what they do here. Here, poked away by Nick Young. Far side dumped in by Cooper Morris, comes around the horn. Graham McCormick pokes it back out into the neutral zone.
So far the Norsemen doing a nice job not letting him get too comfortable in the setup.
Yeah, the group of Pantown penalty killers has done a tremendous job this season for St. Cloud. Pantown Brewing Company, one of the terrific partners of Norsemen hockey.
Primarily veterans, the older guys. They know what they're doing out there.
And one of those is Nick Young. One defenseman finds that pass up ice to Peyton Hansen, the owner of 3 shorthanded goals for this Norseman squad. Wolverines bring it back in. Friesen shoves it towards the net, doesn't get a full shot away. Comes out here to Hennon. Now Friesen back to Hennon, sets up the one-timer, takes a bounce, and it finds its way to the back of the net. That was a bouncing puck repeat of the Perbix goal last night.
Exactly what I was thinking. Just like Perbix, it bounced up and just fluttered over the shoulder of Bolo and bounced on the goal line and bounced in.
It's one of those tough ones to come to terms with as a goalie, because shots you can anticipate, passes you can anticipate, but when a puck takes a weird hop, the only thing you can do is just try to react the best you can, and nothing for him to do there.
Yeah, traffic in front was a factor, and talked about it in the kind of the opening that's what the Norsemen are going to have to do too, is get guys in front of, get guys in the crease there or near the crease and create some chaos.
The Norsemen no strangers to wildly outshooting their opponents. They've done it all year and done it a lot in these playoffs and have faced some terrific netminders, and that is true once again here in what Raythan Robbins did last night. Nick Hung fires a shot, gloved by Robbins. Hennon gets the credit for the goal. I wasn't sure what deflected into what on the way to the net, but it'll be Hennon with the tally for the Wolverines to make it a 1-0 game.
Well, last night Norsemen responded pretty quickly, so hopefully we can see the same again.
Well, it's one of the things they've done in this playoffs. It's when they've had success, if they've gone down, they've been able to come back and respond. Sometimes it's a minute or two later, and sometimes it's bookending a period, but
well, obviously regular season they had a lot of firepower, a lot of guys putting up good numbers.
Here, takeaway by Evan Murr along the wall, feeds it over to O'Neill. One-timer goes up and into the netting. We talked about, that balance you mentioned with Murr needing to both be defensively responsible and still be an offensive defenseman, and that's a perfect example. Did the right thing defensively off the wall and was able to quickly turn it around and create a scoring chance.
Yeah, certainly created a nice look there.
Face-off coming here. Blocker side of Raythan Robbins. Comes out to Nick Young, puts the shot on the net. Messenberg working in front. The Wolverines push it back out.
Nick Young getting his shoulder into a Wolverine over there.
Perbix steers it to Messenberg, and now Wyatt Worst. He'll carry the puck in as the Norsemen get fresh skaters. Worst, the Edina defenseman, feeds it to Broughton Sabo, and it's stopped by Robbins. What a tremendous feed from Worst to see Sabo streaking in there towards the net.
Wow, that was a spinorama backhand pass from the corner from a player who just got out of high school this past season. That was pretty.
Yeah, Wyatt Worst played his 10 games at the end of the regular season for St. Cloud, had been in and out just a bit here in the playoffs, as the Norsemen have a number of defensemen to sort of choose from and configure and get rest and things like that. And he finally scored his first North American Hockey League point, and then another, had a 3-game point streak to start his scoring as one of those really defensive guys.
Yeah, he's from Edina, so full disclosure, I know his dad. His dad was a college hockey player as well.
That's probably a real long list.
Yeah.
You're going to name guys you might know their dad.
Yeah.
On this ice or probably any other in this area.
That's for sure. I knew Ryan O'Neill when he was 8 years old. Skated with Brett Chorsky.
I've had that moment once this season where we arrived somewhere, and on the other side of the ice, I thought, oh my, I might have babysat that kid.
Yeah.
Shot from the outside, gets to Robbins. Probably not clean. I think that went through some bodies. And
Norsemen are establishing that forecheck where they're playing in their end, in the offensive zone more than the defensive zone, which is good to see.
Peterson with the puck near side for the Wolverines, not the Norseman variety of Peterson. Pulled back here by Anchorage. Reineke, the game winner last night for the Wolverines. The puck there poked away by O'Neill. Tracks it down, feeds back to Hong. Through the right circle, makes a pass circle to circle. Gets it back. There's Strand, pushes it in front. Evan Murr chases it down out of the blue line, goes off the boots here of Aiden Weston, but Murr will maintain possession. Strand brings it back in here for St. Cloud. Sigurdsson takes it away. Looks up ice for Bischoff. Pulls back at the blue line as he's met by Young. Sigurdsson will pick it up, feed to Bishop. Shot bouncing towards the net, nearly tucked in by Weston, who was skating back behind Tomas Bolo. Strand, far side. Working there against Ramsey. Taken back again by Anchorage. Weston flips the shot, blocked into the skates of Kiffin. And O'Neill will come out with it left side. DePonio takes it away, banks off glass out to the neutral zone, and Broughton Sable will pick it up in the other end for St. Cloud. 10:45 to go here in the first. It's 1-0. Anchorage on top. Goal by Hennon to get things started for the Wolverines. Bends to Messenberg. And Allen out to Friesen.
Good stick by Broughton Sable there. He's another young man who's having a great season and a great playoff.
Puck rolls the length of the ice. If you had told anyone at the beginning of the playoffs that the Norsemen leading playoff goal scorer would be Broughton Sabo, I don't think he himself or anyone else would have picked his name out of the hat. But that's what's awesome about the playoffs in hockey is it takes a full 4 lines of guys getting it done. It takes all your defensemen being involved.
Well, and he's still, I mean, last year he showed signs of it, but he was a senior in high school age-wise, and now he's just continued to develop, and the league is serving him well, and he's really starting to blossom as a well-rounded player.
Battle back and forth for the puck between these two teams. You've got a bulk of a 4th line out there, plus Brandon LaJoy doing the work. It's a blue-collar group there. Still battling for that puck. There, Peyton Hansen comes in, gets a stick on it. LaJoy out to Kiffin, shot broken up by Parasenko on the way. Kiffin still after it. Wolverines steer it through the crease. Collected by Panasenko, excuse me. Called him Parasenko. I'm combining Panasenko with Tarasenko and not coming up with anything correct. Back out to the blue line, Hennon. Knocks it around. Gruba gets there. Hansen over to Kiffin, trying to find this puck away out of danger. And they'll get it to Brandon LaJoy. Lobs it ahead before taking the hit from Ramsey. As the Wolverines back to track it down. 8:25 to go in this first period. Puck deflected up into the bench.
One thing about Anchorage is, Norsemen been hemming them in from time to time, but they're pretty resilient in that they don't get too rattled and panicked, and they can come down and have a good shift of their own, and they always can execute pretty well when they have an opportunity.
Hear the Let's Go Norsemen chant break out here at Fogarty as the Max Strand World Tour and Company have brought it once again tonight. 7:55 to go here in period 1. Battle along the wall, chipped out, rolls in towards Bolo. He'll hand off to Evan Murr. Murr has to play a little keep away. And here the Wolverines take it back, West into Bischoff. And a shot from the far side, loved by Bolo.
That turnover giving Coach Millen a little heartburn. I just glanced over and looked at him and just saw him rubbing his forehead.
The Tums requirement is high in the training bag.
Yes. Well, Corey and I were college roommates, so.
See, I was just talking about this postseason. I wasn't trying to go that deep on him.
He didn't need. He was actually pretty more laid back in college. He had more control over the game, right, than he does now.
I don't think I've ever heard Corey Millen and laid back in the same sentence.
That might be a stretch.
Shot came in from the blue line from Allen, kicked aside here by Bolo. Comes back out to Allen, who fires another one. I think blocked in front. I'm not sure if that made its way to Bolo through traffic, but Wolverines grabbing a bit of momentum, and Norsemen need to grab it back. Worst with the puck here. Comes across to Young. Poked aside here. Sigurdsson comes in, flips the shot, stopped by Bolo, stays live. Perbix lobs it out. Campbell Psychos with the lay-in here for the Wolverines. He's going to track it down in the neutral zone once again. Future Minnesota State Mavericks teammate of Evan Murr. LaJoy battling front side of the Anchorage bench. Hansen in there trying to free it as well. Does. It's an out to Gruba and Gunnar Johnson. Johnson fires it across. And comes all the way back out. Gruba will track it down for St. Cloud. Nearly taken away there by Friesen. Now Hunter Hansen with it. Peyton Hansen sends it in, stopped here by Robbins. Hand off to the Wolverines. Brock to Panasenko. Norsemen take away. Hughes and Hansen work it across to Peterson. Back to Gruba. Shot blocked by Robbins. Norsemen stay after it. That second attempt doesn't go anywhere as well. Clears all the way back out. Gruba ahead to Peterson. Blocked at the blue line by the Wolverines. Norsemen slow it down to get fresh forwards out there. Hong and Strand. That's going to be offside. Just got banged around through the skates. .5:18 to go here in the first period. Puck on the near side wall. Hong and O'Neill there. O'Neill battles, pulls it away. Has it poked away from him. Hong gets to it. Now Strand pulls it back, tries to turn it on net. Anchorage with a lot of sticks on the ice. O'Neill spin into Strand, turns, fires. His shot doesn't go. Hong gets an extra tap at it in front, but the Wolverines take it back. Now Peterson across the center of the ice, and it'll be offside. 4:44 to go here in the first.
Yeah, not a lot of time and space. He said a lot of sticks in there. You know, Anchorage recognizes when the Norsemen have that top line out there, and they seem to have the wagon circled in the slot and in the middle of the rink. It's tough ice to gain there.
Face off quickly fired towards the net by Anchorage. Young with the hit to work it off the wall. Bischoff tries to put it back in here for the Wolverines. Norsemen knock it back into neutral ice. Wolverines will tip it in. Bolo back to play it. Aiden Weston will get there near side. Young chases it down. Hands off to Messenberg. Taken away by DePonio. Lobbed back in behind Bolo as the Wolverines needed to change. Battle along the wall is Murr. Trying to work it free. Comes out, shot and a goal. Top of the left circle. And the Wolverines put it home, make it a 2-0 game. Friesen again. Had the first goal last night and makes it 2-0 here with 3:56 to go in the first.
Yeah, that was an unfortunate kind of turnover there. Norseman went back to get the puck. You mentioned it was Murr. He kind of got jumped, and then the puck squirts out to Friesen, and he just sends it on net. Quick shot. Looked like it just kind of fooled Bolo a bit.
Oh, a 2-0 game here. 3:50 to go in the first.
You don't like those goals being scored in the under 5-minute mark. Here we go.
Comes in front, shot and a goal! It's Brandon LaJoy. Quick response needed and attained by the Norsemen. Brandon LaJoy with his 30th goal of the season, a 2-1 game.
Well, there's the bounce back you're looking for, especially under 5 minutes. Now they can go into the locker room if things remain the same with a little bit of momentum here. They can feel good about that and know that they get the next goal, they're tied back up.
Yeah, you just talked about it, the ones you don't want to give up.
The dreaded under 5-minute goals.
Yes. I said under 5 bad, under 2 much worse. 3:25 to go here in the first. Norsemen back within a goal thanks to Brandon LaJoy. And that's what you need, right? A veteran guy who's been in the playoffs to step up and get it done. And he is not ready to be done playing. You'd think after 200 or so you'd be ready to be done, but he is not. He knows he's got a college career ahead back home, and he wants a little more time here in Minnesota. Shot fired here by Hunter Hansen, gloved by Robbins.
Well, you know, I was talking to someone the other day, and they were kind of just asking about the progression of playing as you go, you know, for me, eventually into the NHL, and I just said, well, you go along the way and you keep playing in bigger games and bigger games and bigger events, and these are moments, you know, these are big games that are going to prepare these guys for the next level that are going to college, and it gets them mentally aware or mentally prepared to play on a big stage.
Puck all tied up back behind Rathan Robbins. Who's going to free it off the wall? The guys waiting to pounce are Hong and Sabo, but it'll be the Wolverines who come out with it. Offside.
It's 2 pretty good offside calls. They were close. Linesmen are on their game right now.
For Brandon LaJoy, we talked about the number of games played. This is 71 on the season tonight for him and a other slim group of players. As Ethan Benz fires a shot, I was going to say Benz and McCormick, the two few that have played more. For the Norsemen, as a team, they have played 71 games, including this one, between the 60-game regular season, and this is the 11th of the playoffs. But both Benz and McCormick were trade deadline acquisitions, and they were about 4 games ahead of the curve on the schedule. So Benz is in his 75th tonight, and McCormick is 76th. About to play a full, nearly a full NHL regular season. You don't do that in college hockey.
No, they're working overtime, so to speak.
I was going to say, if you include those, they probably played about 3 more by this point.
For sure. Got a double overtime in the first round, right?
Yep. Double in the first round, plus I think two
OTs in round 2.
2 regular overtimes, and then an OT and a triple overtime in the Aberdeen series. Here McCormick flips a shot off the shoulder of Robbins, comes out to Nick Young, who puts one down low, goes off the wall, comes back out. Young had the playoff opening goal for St. Cloud.
Well, I liked how he got a quick shot off. He wasted no time, but he just missed the net wide. This Robbins is on his game. You gotta surprise him.
Collision at the blue line. Peyton Hansen and Peterson of the Wolverines. Sabo. Go collect this from Bolo. Steers out here. Comes around to O'Neill. Up ice with Strand. Flips a shot off Robbins that he traps. Minute left here in the first period. 2-1 the score. Nick Hong lines up on the right circle. Puck trapped down. Strand and Hong trying to hold on to this possession. But it won't help if it comes all the way back out.
No, he centered it, came through traffic, and Sabo couldn't see it coming.
40 seconds left in this period.
They're going to be careful here. 40 seconds is plenty of time. They're going to have to be sharp this final 40, especially a defensive zone face-off. They got to be on point.
Personnel here for St. Cloud. Hong centering O'Neill and Strand. Evan Murr and Sabo, your defensemen. Hong with his traditional face-off routine. Able to tap this back. Here comes out here to Bischoff. And now Weston fires a shot, comes all the way around out here to Psychos, able to keep it in. Bischoff back towards Sigurdsson, and now Weston. Dangerous Cats on the ice here for the Wolverines. Fed across and in. Danny Reese.
I think it was Sigurdsson. I did not want to jinx it. I was saying keep an eye on Sigurdsson.
Yep.
And I had him on my solo cam, and he was spinning off. And he got open, and the puck was right on his tape, and he tapped it in.
Yep. Reese had him dialed up. Saw him over there, and that's a guy you cannot forget. 3-1 with 15 and a half to play here in the first.
Well executed play by Anchorage.
Time will expire here at the end of period number 1. The Norsemen had grabbed a little momentum back after the Wolverines took the 2-0 lead. Quickly made it 2-1, but negated by that goal with just 15 seconds left. It's 3-1 heading to the first intermission. Welcome back here to Fogarty Arena in Blaine, Minnesota, the North American Hockey League 2022 Robertson Cup. Game 2 in a best-of-3 semifinal between your St. Cloud Norsemen and the Anchorage Wolverines. Norsemen need to win to keep this series and season alive. It's been a historic one for St. Cloud, and they're trying to keep that going. Team comes into this game 2 off the 2-1 overtime loss last night. Wolverines on the board first in the first period, made it 1-0. Grabbed the 2-0 lead. The Norsemen came right back down the ice to cut that lead in half, but a goal in the final 15 seconds of the period put Anchorage on top 3-1, and that's how we enter the second. I'm Ashley Chase alongside Tom Chorsky for this game today.
Yeah, the Norsemen are going to need to get the next goal, I think. It's going to be crucial. They got to regroup, which they had a chance to do in between periods. Hopefully they can hit the reset button, come out, and get some momentum going, get some energy going, and get a puck behind Robbins.
Well, the Norsemen will put a different group on the ice here to start this second period. I'll put O'Neill.
Murr up on the right wing.
Yep.
His time at defense seems to be over for now.
Well, the Norsemen need minimum of 3 goals more to win this thing. So.
Well, and Murr set up the game-winning goal by Peyton Hansen, I think, in the round 2.
In the Bismarck series?
Was it the Bismarck series,
yeah.
round 1? Yep. So they're looking to probably reunite some of Murr's offensive abilities there to spark some offense.
Yeah, got to test the waters due to some short bench issues in the end of the regular season here as puck comes in from Gunnar Johnson from the outside. And, you know, Gunnar Johnson, he's a St. Olaf commit. He's had a couple of really good looks in this postseason that just haven't gone home for him. Just has the 1 career goal. Definitely a stay-at-home defenseman, but he's had some opportunities.
Yeah, another Edina product. His older brother played hockey at Providence.
Feed in front here for the Wolverines. Quick shot, and it's broken up on the way to the net. Friesen got caught by something up high. And the puck back the other way will have a whistle.
Friesen holding his face. It looked like he might have got the Bauer bow tie from Nick Young across the chops. He didn't like that. He gave him a little chop. So I saw the ref chirping at both of them a little bit. So it's getting a little intense in front of that net.
And the longer the game plays on, that time starts to tick down for guys who are in their final year of junior hockey. Ethan Benz, one of those guys, an 0-1 forward, one of the leading scorers on the Chippewa Steel throughout the early part of the season. Made it past the midway point and knew they were sellers, not buyers at the deadline, and Benz found himself a playoff home. Turned out to be the good move for him to keep himself playing and competitive on this team. Same can be said for McCormick. Maybe the scoring comes down a bit because you come to a roster that's pretty loaded and a little more balanced. Didn't need to rely on guys like that so much, but they've really filled out, you know, the lines here for St. Cloud and made it not a one-line, two-line team. I mean, it was 4 lines rolling incredibly deep for a good chunk of the end of the regular season for St. Cloud, especially during that 13-game win streak.
Right, and that's what you need in the playoffs. You need that deep lineup, that experience, the veterans.
18:20 to play here in period 2. I just feel like they're kind of resettling in again here after the 3-1 first. Puck deflected out of play. Lined up here on the draw, Max Strand with McCormick and Peterson at the wings on that draw. Trying to figure out that combo as I think it was just caught mid-change. Puck tied up in the far corner. Duke Kiffin frees it out. Norseman can't get to it.
Oh, he waved off icing. I don't know if I agree with that play, with that call.
Peterson tried to send it out here, but Anchorage got a stick on it. Jackson Kroc with it, far side. Ran into.
Now it's going to be icing on St. Cloud. These are things that drive you crazy when you're on the bench or you're the coaching staff. Or if I put like I'm back in my St. Cloud Norseman shoes here, you know, that should have been icing, in my opinion. We should have been down at the other end taking a face-off. Instead, we had a turnover, almost a scoring chance, and then St. Cloud has to, you know, ends up icing it. Now it's an offensive zone face-off for Anchorage, and you know, it's a big deal. It makes a difference, and sometimes I think they don't realize they wave off an icing like it's maybe not that big of a deal, and here we are with a defensive zone face-off.
And work to be done. Puck along the far wall. Peterson comes off the wall with it. Looking for Young. Tangled up here by Johnson.
Nick Young's really battling. He's putting it all out there on the ice.
And that is him to a T. His personality, style of play, everything.
Great kid, yep.
Puck comes across to Panasenko, unable to get the shot away. Battle here in the neutral zone. There, Young again. Johnson will drop it back in. Young will try to help this up ice. Finds Perbix up ahead. And it's going to end up being icing. I think Perbix thought he helped steer that in, but.
Yeah, it looked like someone touched it. Perbix talking to the ref, wondering why it wasn't waved off.
.25 on the clock here in period 2. Norsemen down by a pair. Blake Messenberg lined up on the draw. Wins it back for St. Cloud. Gunnar Johnson sends it around. Perbix taps at that one.
Ashley, are you a 2-goal is the worst lead in hockey person?
Not the way most people are. I'd like to be today.
I mean, I think it's different when you have a intermission in between kind of thing. It's, hopefully maybe Anchorage feels a little comfortable with their two-goal lead and lightens up a bit.
Sabo looking across for, I think, Strand, and maybe broken up on the way as Anchorage flips a little shot in on Bolo that he gloves up. 15:42 to go here in the second period. 3-1 your score. Norsemen down by a pair. Brandon LaJoy, your lone goal scorer in this one for St. Cloud. Give assists to Graham McCormick and Peyton Hansen on the LaJoy tally at 16:21 of the first. That goal came just 17 seconds after the Anchorage score, and here's LaJoy again. Has Graham McCormick streaking towards the net. Now they're piled up in the corner. Strand waiting for the free puck to come out. And here's a penalty coming up here on the Wolverines, and a second one. 2 different penalties called here. They may both have been drawn by Strand. I don't know what the second call was as I was looking back at our first official with the arm in the air.
Yeah, the first one was hooking on Strand's. He was going to get a shot off.
Yeah. It was the second one, I'm not.
Is he calling a penalty on the Norsemen now, too? No.
I believe so, as head coach Corey Millen wants to hear from our officials.
Strand got boarded, in my opinion, right at the end of that play, too.
Agreed.
But it looks like it's going to be just the one. Well, the Norseman power play was ineffective last night. Let's see if they can regroup and make this a 3-2 game here early in the second.
Face-off one here by St. Cloud. Pushed out of the zone here by the Wolverines. Comes back in, it's O'Neill. Leaves back here for Perbix. He's looking for Murr. Messenberg will pull it back, right side. Around the horn.
Anchorage playing a very aggressive penalty kill. They're not giving the Norsemen any time or space to gather the puck up, control the puck, and get set up.
That was certainly the case last night, 0 for 4. I would say in large part to the way that the Wolverines played it on the kill. Sometimes it's just not working, and then sometimes a kill is good, and I think that was kind of the double-edged sword last night, or both of those things were going on. Strand here trying to bring it across the blue line. It'll be Benz who comes in, into the slot, pulls back, shot, stopped in the wickets of Robbins. 56 seconds left in this penalty to Colton Friesen as the Rambo power play trying to find something here to cut this lead to 1. On the ice here, it's Strand and Benz alongside Hong, Gruba and Peterson. Puck one back, comes to Gruba at the blue line. Gives off to Strand on the left side. Back up top to Gruba and over to Strand. Skates towards the circle, feeds down low to Hong. Hong looking across to Cade Peterson, shot stopped by Robbins.
Boy, Robbins is sharp. He read that pass and he was squared up on Peterson's shot immediately. It was a nice play, but it was read by the tender.
I think that's one of the things that St. Cloud has seen some good goalies in this playoffs.
Yes.
They've had to find ways to go high to get over that shoulder, and I think that's one of the things it'll take here. As Ethan Benz fires a shot, that one goes high, but a little too high.
Deflected.
Comes out here to Peterson. Quick shot by Gruba, blocked in front, and the Wolverines will clear. 25 seconds left in the Rambo power play for St. Cloud. Hong lobs it ahead. Graham McCormick gives chase. The final 5 seconds of this Rambo power play. Wolverines try to clear it out. It's kept in by Gruba. Dekes a man out. Stays with it here on the right side. Flips it towards the net. Shot and a goal! Gruba saw the man coming, fed it in front, and Broughton Sabo sends it home. His 5th goal of the postseason, and it's a 3-2 game.
Yeah, Broughton Sabo just comes streaking down the back door, kind of unseen by the Anchorage defense, and Gruba moves down low, finds him all alone for the tap in. And that's the kind of play they're going to have to make to get the puck past Robbins. Nice job by McCormick too, creating some distraction in front.
So the Norsemen get on the board here in the second period and cut this Anchorage lead in half. Shot fired there by Cameron Morris. Comes back out to Allen at the blue line. Shot comes in, goes off the crossbar. I don't know if anybody saw that coming.
Yeah, Norsemen got to settle this thing down. They can't get careless right now. Anchorage coming hard right now.
Broughton Sabo chance breaking out from the Norsemen fans as Hunter Hansen takes a shove from behind from Johnson. You're good.
Got some banging bodies going on right now too. Anchorage kind of raised the ante a bit, and Norsemen are answering.
Puck here on the near side. Steered back in by Worst.
Coach Millen wanted interference there.
Yeah, hauled down at the far blue line. Anchorage with it here. Panasenko steers it down, was looking for Kroc. I think it's Hunter Hansen. No, sorry. I want to hop back up on our bench up here because I can't see past our cameras.
This game has intensified since that last Norseman goal. Pace is picked up, physicality's picked up.
11:35 to go here in the second period. 1 goal game.
Puck off the rafters results in a center ice faceoff.
Nick Hong will clear the space, flip the stick, and here we go.
Another win. He's been really good on faceoffs. He's such an intense player.
Very dedicated to his craft.
He is. He's a student of the game, or he prepares very well. Smart kid. Had high marks in high school. He's going to Dartmouth. So he's a pensive kid, as my high school coach used to say. He used to trick us with these words, and pensive was one of them.
Face off one back here by Hong. Quickly to Gruba. His shot blocked in front by Robbins. Hops back out. Thought the Norsemen might get another crack at that one. Fired back in. Robbins stops it up. O'Neill gets a stick on it, steers it to Hong, looking for the man in front, skates in with it, trying to chip it past Robbins, and the puck stays free, but the whistle was there.
Well, the Norsemen did a nice job forechecking, creating the turnover, knocked down a pass. Hong takes it to the front of the net, but Robbins was up to the task.
3-2 the score as McCormick, Strand, and LaJoy line up across the ice.
Momentum in the Norsemen's favor though right now, I think. Feels like they've got a little momentum going here in the offensive zone.
Gruba the feed in front to Strand, chips it, and Robbins just gets a toe on it. Johnson. Now Anchorage trying to put it back the other way. Schmitz with it, fires towards the net, deflection in front.
Bodies are flying.
And now Johnson, and are we going to get one? A little back and forth on the far side as Jackson Reinecke didn't like getting knocked over in the crease, but I'm sure Tomas Bolo didn't like Reinecke being in the crease. This is an excellent 1-for-1 penalty in favor of St. Cloud right now. Reinecke, yes, one of the guys that's on that fourth line for the Wolverines. But obviously dangerous enough to have the game winner last night.
Yeah, one of each in the penalty box here.
.10:31 to go. We'll skate 4-on-4 here in the second. On the ice for the Wolverines, the personnel is Sigurdsson, Weston, Reese, and Sykos. For the Norsemen, draw one here by Messenberg, across to Broughton Sabo. Out there with Evan Murr and Nick Young. Ahead to Sabo, broken up and taken away here by Sigurdsson. Lobs it ahead for Weston. Nick Young gets a stick on it. And now he'll body Weston up, pushes that puck out. Messenberg shoved ahead to Murr as Sigurdsson was draped all over him. Murr comes in, he's forced off here by Reese, and Messenberg and Sigurdsson battling after it. Sykos tries to feed it out. Another body comes in, it's Gruba. Messenberg steers down low as Murr tied up there with Reese. Tied up along the wall, everybody throwing bodies and
hog pile
effort after it, and then Evan Murr caught up again. And the Wolverines come out. Sykos has a man far side, flips the shot instead, and it's stopped by Bolo. Terrific save by the Norseman netminder, because he had to know, man coming on the far side as well, what would he have to do in the moment to adjust, and made the stop. Got the clear out here by Kiffin. Ahead here to O'Neill. In by himself, pulls back, shoots, and it goes wide. If he can pull it off the wall, Hong is there in front. Comes over to help. It'll be Cameron Morris to bring it out of that corner. Looking for his brother up ice, and Duke Kiffin there to intercept. Tripped along the wall. Feed across to Friesen, his shot stopped by Bolo.
Coach Millen wants an icing and he didn't get it. We're back to some chaos here, Ashley. It's not out of control, but it's back and forth.
Johnson skates in for the Wolverines. Stays on his stick. Feed across to Ramsey. Bolo got back, and I think that hopped wide anyway, but good effort from Bolo to get that leg back across, because that was danger. 8:05 to go here in the second period, the 3-2 game. It's deflected in off the stick of Jackson Kroc. Kroc shoves Bolo in the crease. Make them pay, Norsemen. You want the call, you don't get it. You're going to have to do something on the ice, right?
Well, fans aren't happy. A couple of Anchorage players collided on that last play, but doesn't look like anyone is too hurt from that.
Face-off coming here, offensive zone draw for the Norsemen. Wrestled to the ice. Anchorage can end up taking away what I thought was a good face-off effort there from Peyton Hansen. Schmitz sends it off the wall. Comes out with it far side. Now Anchorage wants a call, but nothing doing there.
There's some edgy checking from behind going on right now. It's close but not quite callable.
Yeah. Puck chipped around in the Norsemen offensive zone. Kiffin gives it a shove, comes into the skates of Hong to Perbix. Was looking to wrap around and he's tangled up by Reese. O'Neill now along the wall. Gets that to Perbix. He'll go net front. O'Neill in front. Could not tap it past Robbins, and a quick whistle. That puck was not covered. I think it was Hong maybe got shoved into the net.
Yeah, he was crashing in, and the Anchorage defenseman plowed in with him.
6:49 to go in this second period, and the intensity just continues to get cranked up one at a time on the dial.
Yeah, a lot on the line here. Ryan O'Neill just looking to get on the board. He's coming close.
I talked a little bit about it last night, but he's a guy. You talk about top lines get somebody's best, but he's a guy that gets the attention of everyone.
Yeah, league MVP, right? Led the league in scoring, so certainly he's on the opponent's whiteboard short list. Don't let him get going.
Puck batted end to end here. Team's trying to break up what the other has going. Down low to Robbins, comes out of his net, feet in front, and couldn't quite connect Peterson to Messenberg as Robbins was way out of position. Stopped up here at center ice. As Young gets the better, I think, of Sigurdsson, he's going to get called for it.
I didn't see the hit.
And then Sigurdsson turned and shoved his stick between the skates of Young after what happened there. All the physical hockey going on.
Corey Millen getting a conference with the referee.
The Norsemen will prepare here for the Pantown penalty kill. Pantown Brewing Company, a proud partner of the St. Cloud Norsemen. Check them out in St. Cloud, a great atmosphere. All the craft brews you can imagine and things you could never imagine on tap with our friends at Pantown. If you're in the building here in Fogarty and heading back to St. Cloud, you might need one of those after this. 5:50 to go here in the second period. Norsemen on the PK. It's Hong, McCormick, Sabo, and Kiffin. Hong, one of the guys with multiple shorthanded goals on this season. As Sabo will lob this the length of the ice. Robbins stops it up and nearly spun it into his own crease. It's Messenberg, Peyton Hansen with Kiffin and Sabo. Hennon looking for the feed across. Peyton Hansen gets a stick on it on the far side, but stays in here for the Wolverines. Not for long, though. Comes out to Peyton Hansen. He'll clear it off the wall. 5:05 to go in the second, and a minute left in this penalty to Young. Wolverines will line up and try again as Hong. It's clipped here by Weston at the far blue line.
He's down and not getting up. He's bleeding, I think.
Yep, there's blood on the ice. You can see the drops from here.
And no one saw it. That's going to bring Millen off the bench. He's hot.
I think he lost his gum on that one.
I saw that. I saw the gum come projectile out.
Be lucky that's the only thing that came out. Puck bounced down below the goal line here. Messenberg nearly able to steer it in front and tuck it past Robbins. I mean, that's one way if you want to dial up more Norseman intensity.
Yeah.
Just keep what's happened in this second period going.
Well, we're in that under 5 minute mark.
Also didn't even bother to clean the blood off the ice. Just going to leave it there and not worry about it. 4:10 to go in the period. Morris across to Allen at the blue line. Aiden Weston. Comes back out to Allen. Young out of the box. Weston passes off to Morris. Back up to Allen. Shot through traffic. Gloved by Bolo. The Norsemen kill off the penalty.
NAHL.com is your source for all news related to the NAHL. At NAHL.com, you can check out the latest breaking news.
3:54 to go in the second.
Schedules and more. You can download the NAHL app free at the App Store or on Google Play.
Another big defensive zone face-off here for the Norsemen. Want to take control and exit the zone ASAP.
Hansen wins that face-off back to Sabo. Young, LaJoy, and up the ice. Psychos will send it back. Knocked down with the glove here of Young. He'll pull it back behind Bolo. Move it back for LaJoy. Pushing it up the ice. Wolverines pull it back in the neutral zone. Reineke takes a hop off the wall. And we'll get a stoppage as the net came off. 3:26 left in this second period. It's about the time that goals came a-flying in the first period. They were big momentum shifters then, and it'd be a good time for the Norsemen to grab one of those here.
No doubt.
Not that there's a bad time.
No, but since Anchorage had that power play, now it's, the momentum's been their way a little bit right now, been in the Norsemen end.
And here, tangled up with Johnson and Panasenko. And puck tied up here on the near side. Gruba working after it there in the corner. Hong there as well. This gets flipped out and will be up into the ceiling. At the 3-minute mark remaining here in period 2. Shots on goal, 22-17 in favor of the Norsemen, not the 20 or so advantage they had last evening. The theme of the year was the ability of the Norsemen to outshoot, outscore, and outdefend. And the league's best goal differential at +77 on the season. They allowed the second fewest shots in the league, second only to Lone Star. Average of 25 a game given up by St. Cloud, and they averaged taking 35 themselves. 2:45 to go, battle along the wall. Jackson Kroc with the puck, Nick Hong there. Put the body on the man. Comes out to Ramsey, though, at the blue line. Deflection in front, and another pile up in the net that takes the net off. Croc still after Hong, and Bolo gives him a shove.
They got to be careful. You can't take a penalty here, and you never know what these refs are going to see or call.
Bolo does not like, I mean, any goalie doesn't like people in his crease, but
right.
What he has seen throughout the Central Division playoffs is guys getting cross-checked across the back in his crease, behind him.
Well, and teams know that.
He won't put up with it.
Teams know that, and they'll tell their guys to go and get right in his face and get in the crease, and they know it aggravates them. And
well,
it's a good plan, actually, and we should do the same to their goalie. Oh,
and arm up here.
Both of them. Both refs are calling high sticking.
Can you count the blood from the first one? Or the... Oh, Bronx cheers from the Norsemen fans. 2:31 remaining in the second period. It'll be the 4-minute minor for DePonio on the high stick.
What a huge opportunity for the Norsemen to tie this game up before going into the third period. Blake Messenberg taking the face-off.
Messenberg on the draw between O'Neill and Perbix with LaJoy and Murr back. Top power play unit here on the Rambo power play. Face off one back here to Murr. O'Neill has it left side. Back to Murr towards the blue line. Across right side to Messenberg. One-time attempt by LaJoy, broken up here by Croc. Try to take it back the other way. Has Bischoff, I believe, racing up ahead. He's going to get tied up on the near side wall here by Messenberg, and now I mean,
Messenberg going for tripping.
I think I've seen that exact play before.
They went to play the body, and the Wolverine player spun off, and as he spun off, kind of caught Messenberg's leg and caused him to trip. I think you were right about Anchorage being very good on the penalty kill. They're aggressive and they're on it. They anticipate very well.
Well, the upside is 4-on-4 is a little more space for a talented group of Norsemen who can get creative with the puck. Feed here, Hong to Sabo. Sabo comes in, pulls back in the slot. Pass to Hong. Hong across to Gruba in the slot. Looks down low for Strand, and not quite the clean feed they were hoping for. Hit from behind on Strand. Sends him into the boards. Anchorage will come off the wall with the puck. Nothing nefarious, just where the hit was. Sigurdsson moves ahead, looking back for Sykos, and here's a chance for St. Cloud. Evan Murr gets to it. Nobody up ahead. Comes in on his own, fires a shot. This caroms around, comes out. Nearly kept in at the blue line.
Linesman got in the way of that.
Yep. I think he just got hit with a stick. And Ramsey with it for the Wolverines. I don't know if I'd want to skate through my goalie's crease with Ryan O'Neill next to me. Murr and Kiffin battling for the puck. Kiffin with it here in the neutral zone. Chips it up ahead to O'Neill. Skates in and can't get the shot off in front of Robbins. Rolls off the stick. Corralled here by Young. Across to Kiffin. Kiffin feedback. O'Neill looking for the one-timer. Shot doesn't go. Out to Kiffin right side. Through traffic. Blocked out. Kiffin will tap it back in here as the Norsemen will skate out. 15 seconds left in the period, and about the same left in the Norsemen penalty. This one, the length of the ice. 3, 2, and 1 as this period comes to a close. Again, the upside here, just 2 seconds remaining in the Messenberg penalty, but it'll be a minute 27 of power play after that to get St. Cloud started in period 3. At the end of 40 minutes, it is Anchorage 3 and St. Cloud 2. Period 3 underway here at the North American Hockey League 2022 Robertson Cup. Face-off won back by the Norsemen. Norsemen penalty expires, and it's a Rambo power play for St. Cloud. Anchorage gets a clear here. 3-2. St. Cloud down by a goal. O'Neill down below the goal, works it up to Perbix, comes out top to Murr, through traffic, and skirts around here to the left side. This one fired around and Lees goes up and out of play. 19:09 to go here in period 3. Norsemen down by a goal and on the power play for 38 more seconds. Nick Hong lined up on the draw. Comes out here to Gruba at the blue line. Strahan left circle. Tying up there by Bischoff. Down low, Peterson collects, far side corner. Benz and Hong in that corner. Hong steered around to Strand. Left circle, goes up high to Gruba. Tries to shoot it through, and it's blocked up into the ceiling.
It's just a real aggressive penalty kill, Ashley, and the Norsemen are going to have to make an adjustment or be able to adjust to that pressure and move the puck faster and find some relief on the backside, on the weak side, to buy a little time and space.
Just 9 seconds remaining in the power play. O'Neill towards the net, chipped around in front. Puck is finally blown dead here as it was still moving a bit under Robbins, and Norseman trying to chip it past him into the net.
Ryan O'Neill fired that puck and it got deflected on the way. I think it was Hong potentially, or Messenberg. Not Hong. He's not out there. So. But Robbins is just on it. He is dialed in. Speaking of goalies, that's Pete Samardzija, the Norseman goaltending coach, just passed us.
He's definitely not stressed at all. Puck comes in on Tomasz Bolo, and he makes the stop.
He's a pretty laid-back guy.
He is. He is. Very
good,
chill approach.
He's got good. He's got good perspective. I really like Pete. He's smart. Those goalie coaches have to be very cerebral and connect with their pupils. And
caught a good moment at practice this week between him and Bolo, doing some work after the end of the, kind of the regular portion of practice, and they're just laughing and smiling. I love to see that chemistry between a coach and one of his guys. And Norsemen have had plenty of good goaltending to choose from this year, and Bolo's obviously had the bulk of it. Shot fired here by Ethan Benz. Blocked away, and a good look for St. Cloud. Kiffin with a battle here at the blue line. Keeps it in, but Anchorage will have it. Sent out here by the Wolverines. Worst will go collect. Peterson trying to evade Kroc. Comes across the center line. Skates in, leaves back for Gunnar Johnson, who fires a shot. Rebound comes in front, still loose. LaJoie stays after it. He's down into the corner. Max Strand pushes it up. LaJoie across through the crease. Comes out to Johnson, far side. Steers it back down low. Strand leaves it up, and nobody there in front. Sabo from the outside, and it's gloved by Robbins. Peterson wanted a piece of that one in front of the net, and just had to throw the head back as Robbins got that glove in there.
Yeah, pretty good sequence by the Norsemen there. Like to see LaJoie get free and get that shot off. He's just got an absolute rocket when he gets that release.
I asked him about that early this season. I said, what was it about, hockey that just made you love the game? And he said, I just love to shoot the puck.
That's his calling card.
It is.
He's a hard worker too. He's not.
Oh, absolutely. Not a guy who's just around to take shots.
To take shots. He's not standing around shooting the puck. But.
Sabo out here to McCormick. Peyton Hansen gets to it in the neutral zone. Pull it back and then find McCormick to bring it in. It's tangled up there at the blue line. Sends it ahead, sees Evan Murr coming up the ice. Talon Sigurdsson, left circle in the offensive zone. Shoved to the ice by Young.
Great play by Nick Young.
Earned the puck back for St. Cloud. Murr feeds it ahead for Gruba. Sees O'Neill, broken up by the Wolverines. Pops back out here to Young. Hennon now with it for the Wolverines. Chips it towards the net. Goes off of the glove of Bolo, and Young helps him out. This will be icing for St. Cloud. 16:02 to play here in the third period. Still a 3-2 game. Norsemen down by 1.
Use hashtag Robertson Cup as sort of trivia topic on the NAHL Twitter and NAHL Hockey.
Battle for the puck down below the goal line. Gruba will come out with it for St. Cloud. Steered up the ice there by Murr, and O'Neill will chase. Robbins was back behind his net as O'Neill went after it. Brought back out into the neutral zone. Gruba trying to steer his way past one of the Wolverines. Keep possession here for St. Cloud, as Anchorage trying to earn it back in their own offensive zone. And they will. Cameron Morris gets there. Still tied up with Gruba. DePonio. Out here to Allen. Allen back down low to Friesen. And once again, Cameron Morris. LaJoie has played with the Morris brothers, among other Anchorage area players on the Wolverine squad. Panasenko comes in, was looking for Jackson Kroc. Peyton Hansen with a good stick there defensively. This one comes back out to Johnson. He fires a shot, goes left of Bolo. This one comes down low. Hansen stays after it. I think that's Panasenko. Pushes it back out to Ramsey at the blue line. Poked away here by LaJoie. He'll race after it. Hennon is there. LaJoie, right side. Steers towards the net, down below the goal line. Still has it tangled up. It's like 1-on-4. LaJoie in the middle of a pack of Wolverines. Now Norsemen battling for it here in the near side boards. Hong and Worst. This one pops out. Rolls through the neutral zone, and Gunnar Johnson will track it down for St. Cloud. 6 minutes gone by here in this third period. Still a 1-goal game. Bischoff takes this away. Gunnar Johnson gets a stick in there. Puck steered through the crease and stays wide. Bolo kept the bottom of the net covered and had some defensive help in front. Sabo back behind Robbins. 13:30 on the clock here in the third. Murr with it tied up. Psycho's there. Weston chipping after, I don't know who that is. O'Neill, feet in front to Nick Young, and it just goes over the head of Robbins. Young looking to wrap it back around, and the Wolverines will push it out.
Wow, what a look by Nick Young.
That would have blown the roof off the barn. Murr in the slot, rebound comes back out, and it goes into the skates of Reinecke. Pushes it back out to neutral ice for the Wolverines. Weston gonna break up ahead. Messenberg and Gruba are back. Gruba breaks it up, gets a stick on it, and goes to O'Neill. He got a 2-on-2, now 3-on-2. Murr, Gruba from the left circle, fires a shot that gets deflected up. It stays in play. O'Neill looking in front. Gruba is there, comes out. Kiffin keeps it in out near the blue line. Back down low, Cooper Morris. Pushed out to the neutral zone. Broughton Sabo comes back in here for St. Cloud. Fires a shot just wide to the right. Comes out to O'Neill. O'Neill puts it back down low. Sabo left side. Chases after it. Comes back out to the neutral zone. Kiffin banks it in off the wall. Norsemen did get some fresh legs out there. Strand, Perbix, Benz on the ice now. Kiffin steers it to Benz. Benz in front, has it poked away by Morris. Strand to Benz, fires a shot. Just off the side to the left. Sabo with it on the right. Johnson coming in, fresh legs. Strand battling after it. Wolverines push it back out into the neutral zone. Ben's still fighting for that puck.
Benz has really been around the puck a lot. He's playing very well tonight.
Had a terrific feed on the setup in the triple overtime game. Norseman battling in the defensive zone, working the puck off the wall, comes out to LaJoy, ahead to McCormick. He lobs it in and he'll chase. Young, right side, through traffic. Robbins gets a toe across. Worst fires a shot, goes just high. Young gets there, flying in after that puck.
He's all in. He is all in on this game.
The type of player you'd have to drag off of the ice in one of these. 10:50 to go in the third. Norsemen down by 1.
Good to see they're pressing so hard right now and not waiting for the final 5 or 6 minutes. They're getting after it right now.
18 on 18 crime as worst levels DePonio. Hansen was trying to fire that in and caught in a Wolverine hopping across the bench. 10:26 to go in period 3, a 3-2 game. St. Cloud down by a goal. Nick Hong will come in. Has Sabo and Murr on either side of him with O'Neill and Gruba back.
That's a face-off play they were trying to work and didn't quite get to execute it.
Sabo across to Gruba as the forward group waits at the blue line. Puck's laying on the back of the net. And we'll get a whistle. Yeah, the Norsemen have had a good number of face-off plays that were kind of the, quick setup, shoot, score variety, and
yeah,
might not be a bad time to wheel one out.
No, you need them. You need them at times like this to get a tying goal.
Face-off back to Sabo, comes out to Gruba, fires a shot. Partially blocked. Messenberg and Perbix tied up along the wall, I think. Reese and Psychos there. Benz waiting to pull this puck free.
It's like a rugby scrum.
Anchorage skating out with it. Johnson over to Kroc. Kroc to Psychos. Psychos skates in, flips a shot, and they score. Found a tiny part of that net to tuck that puck in, and he went high side over the shoulder. It's 4-2 Anchorage, 9:37 to play.
Yeah, they won that scrum in their own end, and they ended up coming out with the Norsemen players pinned against the boards. They had the odd man rush, and they really executed it. Bolo kind of dropped down a bit, and right under the bar went the shot.
The Norsemen down by 2. Giving it everything they've got, battling for that puck, Strand and LaJoy, and it'll come out here, Talon Sigurdsson. Nice here, 9:10 to play.
Plenty of time to get back in it. Now they're back to needing that next one to survive. Keep alive.
And that's it. When you're down by 1, you can see the tie, you can see all of that. Now with the 2 goals to sort of both dial it up and be patient. You know, you don't want to do anything that's going to cost you one back the other way and make the job even more difficult.
No, you figure you get one in the next 3-4 minutes, and then, you know, if you have to pull the goalie, so be it, but at least you give yourself a chance.
LaJoy to Strand and then Peterson. As Hunter Hansen races in. Peterson lays a hit to try to work this puck back in the favor of St. Cloud. Allen with it. Push it out here to center ice to Friesen, then Reinecke. Gunnar Johnson will play this off the boards, lobs it in.
The D for the Norsemen are going to have to be pinching in all situations to keep that puck in the offensive zone.
Murr leaves this off for Kiffin. Shot in front, pulled back by Peyton Hansen. Feet across, and how did that not go in the back of the net? The feed from Hansen to O'Neill was a thing of beauty.
Yes, I don't know how that did not find its way. Must have just rolled off O'Neill's stick. It was very poised play.
Big offensive zone draw here for St. Cloud. Hong lines up, has O'Neill and Murr with Gruba and Sabo back. Trapped down momentarily, freed by the Wolverines.
Robbins gets out and plays the puck pretty well, much like Bolo. Norsemen are going to have to try to keep that puck away from him.
And they dumped in here after it was worked off the wall. O'Neill below the goal line, looking for the feed in front, broken up by the Wolverines. They've been too good at that. Sabo across to Gruba. Shot in from outside, takes a hop in front.
That was an intentional shot off the end boards, I think, just wide to try and get it back to the front of the net.
Panasenko comes across, one hand towards the net, steers it in. Shot on Bolo, stays out, and he's run.
Yeah, he got plowed into pretty by his own guy, maybe a little bit. Unless it was a little bit of help from Jackson Kroc.
7:05 to play. 4-2 the score. Well, right now the shots are just about on the regular season average for St. Cloud and whoever their opponent may be. 35 and 25 the average on the year, and we're at 32 to 23 here with 7:05 to play. Allen from the outside. Gruba gets a piece of it. Bischoff turn and fire. Steered away here by Hong. Continues to play after it as Sigurdsson tries to put it back in front, and Gruba will clear it out.
Tough time to change, boys.
Now, flip shot comes in. Bolo leaves it off. Sabo back here for Young. 6.5 to play. Peterson knocks it in.
Anchorage all too happy to just flip that puck out and get new bodies out there and try to run down some time.
Puck lobbed back out here by Anchorage. Knocked away as Worst tried to send it back up. Play from the Wolverines is Peterson. Reinecke with it. Poked away here by Messenberg. Goes off a man and into the hands of Reese. Tied up here in front of the Anchorage bench. Schmitz right side. Lifts it wide. Norsemen back out to the neutral zone. Messenberg ahead to Benz. Benz pulls back. Tries to backhand on it. He might have been looking for a feed, but regardless, Moore shoveled towards the net there by Kiffin.
Yeah, it was a good bid by Ethan Benz, but he might have rushed the backhand play. He slipped through the defenseman and kind of rushed a backhand shot that slid off the blade.
Wolverines steer it out. 5:05, 5:06 here as we get the whistle for the ice.
Also be sure to pick up some memories from this event and your 2022 Robertson Cup merchandise.
What's your plan here if you're trying to construct what St. Cloud needs to do?
Well, they need 2 goals, right? So he's going to be thinking about pulling the goalie pretty quick. 5 minutes might be a little early, but he could call timeout and do it now.
And that might be exactly what's going on.
That looks like it might be what's happening.
An Anchorage timeout.
Oh, Anchorage timeout. They want to get their guys rested, and he doesn't want to. He's Anchorage. Mike Aiken's probably Coach Aiken's figuring he wants to take his timeout. He's not going to take it after probably St. Cloud takes it. And just make sure they're all on the same page. We'll see if St. Cloud decides to pull their goalie yet. It might be a bit early. Millen might want to wait another minute, and then he still has his timeout. So might want to call his timeout after his top guys are gassed and get them rested one more time. So he can put them out right now. Looks like Bolo's going back in.
He'll have O'Neill and Murr on the wings of Hong. Out there with Sabo and Kiffin on defense. Hong lines up for the draw. Puck one back here to Sabo, over to Kiffin. Quick shot makes its way to Robbins, and he blocks it aside. O'Neill in the slot, has it taken away here by Hennon. He's got DePonio and Cameron Morris over to DePonio. Feed across, and luckily no one home. O'Neill ahead here to Murr. Murr rifles it across. Knocked back out into the neutral zone. Gruba will have to collect back behind Bolo. Gives way here to Young.
Bolo's going to have to probably come out pretty soon if there's not going to be a whistle or a timeout able to be called.
Shot here by Strand. Comes around to Young. Young from the left side looking for the deflection in front. Strand and LaJoy battling after it there. LaJoy shoves this out to Young. Played down. LaJoy looking to set up Peterson for the one-timer, and this is going to roll out the length of the ice. Gruba back to pick it up. He's back behind Bolo. Peterson ahead for Sabo. He brings it in with Gruba. Has Perbix, Strand, and Peterson there. Sabo in front. And the Wolverines will clear it out.
And they're really good at flipping it out and not icing it. They can get it all the way down to the far blue line without it going all the way. There goes Bolo.
Yeah, Bolo heads to the bench. Net empty here, 3:25. As it's Sabo, Johnson, Messenberg, Benz, Perbix, and O'Neill. Puck back behind Robbins. Kiffin to O'Neill, shot fired, it's in front. Messenberg chips after it, but Robbins has it covered. 3:07 to play.
He's just stingy. He's a stingy goalie, and the team in front of him is they're kind of dialed into their system and into their play, and they're hard to get around, and they're well positioned, and they just don't give up much.
Norsemen get a little change of personnel here.
They still have their timeout too.
On the ice for St. Cloud, we see Strand, LaJoy, Murr, Hong, Kiffin, and Young. Hong lines up for the draw. Comes back to Young. Over to Kiffin. Kiffin through traffic. Takes a hop off the wall. This comes all the way out. Weston gets to it. Clips it towards the empty net. Bischoff there. And they're going to say that's a goal? I thought the Norsemen were hauled down in the process. It's an empty net goal for the Wolverines, and it's 5-2 now with 2:52.
It just rolled in ahead of all the traffic.
Battle there at center ice. Bolo will race to the bench.
There's enough time to get 2 goals. I don't know about 3.
Peterson towards the net. Messenberg net front. Now he comes out to the corner with O'Neill and whoever's being cross-checked in the back by Schmitz. Wolverines clear. Reinecke trying to get it away from Gruba. Now it's going to come center ice. Peterson back to Sabo. Sabo, Gruba, Peterson, Perbix, Messenberg, and O'Neill. 2:05 to play. Sabo tries to hack it in. Wolverines will lob it out. It's going to roll towards the empty net, but Duke Kiffin will get there. Certainly don't want that. Now it's Strand, Hong, Benz, Young, Kiffin, and LaJoy. Minute 35. Young, shot. Gloved by Robbins.
Yeah, despite the traffic, I think he had eyes on that puck and was able to see it all the way in.
Minute 35 left in this one. Norsemen net empty. Hong lines up on the draw. Face-off one comes out to LaJoy. Sends the shot in, hoping for anything in front. Strand lobs it through traffic, goes over the head of Robbins. Continued battle down low. Tied up in the corner, which is the last thing the Norsemen want. Strand turns and fires. Broken up by the Wolverines. Psycho sends it out. Kroc, net. 6-2 Wolverines, 57 seconds left on the clock.
The second empty netter. Certainly wasn't a 6-2 game, but that's what happens when you got to chase it. The Norsemen, I think the effort has been there. Shots are 37-27, and they outshot them last night. This Anchorage team is just, they're just tough to get the upper hand on.
Well, 50 seconds left here. We'll see who the Norsemen put on the ice here in the final couple of opportunities to do so.
Any idea how many teams in their first year of existence have made it to the finals, championship game?
That's an answer I do not have, but I'd venture to say it's not a high one.
No. And if New Mexico gets there, they're only in year three.
Yeah, an incredible field for a lot of reasons this year. Obviously, newer teams. First year for Anchorage, third year for New Mexico, third year in St. Cloud for the Norsemen. So the franchise has existed now for 19, and New Jersey also looking for its first title. So no matter what, would have been a first-time winner this year, but certainly lots of opportunity there to make history for the clubs that will remain. 10 seconds left on the clock here in the Norsemen season, as this squad will have 8 players on the active roster and a pair on injured that will say farewell to their junior hockey careers. Others that may move on with college commitments as well. Your final score, Anchorage 6, St. Cloud 2, a pair of empty netters to close out this game for Anchorage. Incredible effort by this St. Cloud Norsemen team. You can't say they didn't leave it all out there.
No, and a really good season, obviously. They won the division in their playoffs, won the league. Points overall, had the league MVP. So a lot of positives. But I know this group, and they certainly wanted to get to the championship game.
A lot of heart, a lot of leaders in this room. A lot of guys who give it absolutely everything they have. I tell people all the time, I have not seen or been around a team in all my years that gets along the way they do,
yeah,
the way they root each other on,